Ah, 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 ah. Goodness gracious me. Hello everybody, it is I, the Frenchiest Fry, and your favorite otter. And today, hang on one second. Wait, should I fix this before stream? Okay, no, we're good. Anyways, as I was saying, it is I, the Frenchiest Fry, and your favorite otter, and I'm here, and today I'm working on art. If I am quiet, it's because I'm sleepy. I'm doing my best to fight off the sleepiness to get some art done, because I was gonna stream yesterday, and then I got really sleepy, and I took a nap, and then I played Killing Floor 2, and then Counter-Strike 2. So yeah. We're gonna be working on some reference sheets of my characters that I have, and we're working on 𝚬𝚫 today. Cause yeah, and then I don't know who I want to work on next. Probably my masked boys, maybe. Maybe. But, yeah. I'm gonna send out these little art stream notifications real quick before I forget. Oh, I am planning to do an art raffle at some point, I think. 'Cause why not? Because I want to give back to the community, because I've been doing a lot of personal art, which isn't a bad thing. There's nothing wrong with personal art. But I do want to draw other people's characters and such and such. So yeah. I'm gonna drink some water here. We love the line tool here. I was gonna work on like some fan art, but then I was like, no. I think I will work on something I've already... Because I'm scared to sketch things right now. I've been working on art that the sketch is already done, because I am scared. I'm scared of sketching right now. I haven't sketched anything in a hot minute. Golly. Oh my goodness gracious. I want to do a lot of different things with art right now. I don't have energy to do them though. I fear. Or perhaps I lack the discipline, maybe is the better word. But, I simply am tired. Oh yeah, today my fuck-ass union gave me, not just me, gave us, everybody, a blanket when we were supposed to get a raise, and we did not get the raise because one of the units at my work was like, we don't want the raise. We want more than just a raise. So that means we're not getting the raise now. And it's like, cool. I could have used that raise, but it's fine. I love 𝙻𝚸𝚽𝚽. He's such a little guy. It's not even a nice blanket that we got from the union either. It's like made out of the same material that you can buy like a cheap hoodie. It's like cheap hoodie material. I didn't even want the blanket, to be honest, but my friend, like one of my friends is like the union rep for our job. Like, she doesn't work for the union, but she's like the union representative. And she was like, hey, you should like come see me today and get your blanket. And I was like, okay. I don't really want the blanket, but I know she's probably like, she probably has to like give one out to everybody. But I need to like fix my posture. I need to exercise and just stretch more in general. I fear my body is curling in on itself and crumbling into dust. And I have nobody to blame but myself. 𝙻𝚸𝚽𝚽 is so cool. His design has changed quite a bit, but he looks fucking cool. The best part about 𝙻𝚸𝚽𝚽 is I totally stole his color palette. I literally, there's, if anybody has played the game The Legend of Zelda Minish Cap, there's like a swamp/forest area, and I just stole the colors from a screenshot that I took. Because I was like, these are pretty colors, so I just stole all the colors. And, he looks freaking cool. He used to actually be like a bipedal creature at one point, and then I was like, well, he's a swamp creature. He should not be bipedal. But some of the like fan art that I have of him is like his bipedal form, or like he's anthropomorphized, which like I'm totally fine with. But whenever I draw him, I always tended to like put him on 4 feet instead of 2. He's a little creature boy. Delicious water. I love a good sip of water. If there's anybody that is watching the YouTube VOD, or if anybody's sitting in chat right now, let me know if you guys prefer... what you prefer drinking water out of. Me personally, I prefer drinking water out of metal, or glass. There's this one person that I follow on TikTok, and they have an African grey parrot named Apollo, and he's a very smart bird. And I like the way he says metal, and he says glass. It's a bug. I like the way that he says certain words. I think metal is pretty elite for a water vessel. Hell yeah. Yeah, no, metal is like such a good water vessel for me personally. But that's also just because I'm like clumsy as fuck. So like if I had a glass bottle, I fear I would knock it over or drop it or something. Also, how are you doing, Chris? I hope you're having a great time zone. Purple bottle. Yes. Oh my god, he's so smart. The fact that he can do like compound like questions now is wild to me. Like, that's so cool. Hell yeah, let's go some otter for my evening. What's up, Canuck? How you doing? Welcome, welcome. I hope you're having a great time zone. What do you prefer drinking water out of? By the way, that's my question. I used to do questions of the day and then I stopped doing it, but maybe I should start doing it again. But that is my question. I personally prefer metal or glass. I am, thank you. Me, I have a metal thermos. It keeps my drink colder much longer. Yes, I have like a... It's like a travel mug. I used to have a pink sparkly one, but then it dropped. I left... I forgot it on top of my car at one point, and then we drove away like 2 feet, and it like dropped off the back of my car, and I was like, and like, it didn't break somehow. But it got like dented and like scratched up a little bit. But then it finally broke, unfortunately. I broke the handle part broke. And then I was getting by with just like super gluing it back together. But then like recently I dropped it at work and like the lid was made out of plastic. And like the plastic lid shattered. So I'm really sad. I don't know if I can like replace the lid or not. Maybe if I like look for a lid online, I can just replace the lid, but now I'm using Jimmy's travel mug and it's got like little ghosts on it and stuff. I know, I got so excited about when he started doing the compound questions, what made of and what color. No, yeah, like he's such a smart bird. I like when he says het Because he sounds really scared when he says hat. Imagine being a bird. I think, if I'm recalling correctly, I think Apollo is, like, the world record holder for, like, recalls. Like, word recalls. He also tests everything with his beak, even if he's only being asked what color or what called. I think the only exceptions are living things and fire. Yeah, I love when he, like, smacks his beak against, like, a bowl and he's like, metal or glass. It's so cute. Such a smart birdie. And then there's my birds, and they use their smarts for evil, like getting into the seed box when they're not supposed to get into the seed box. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Yeah, Apollo is vocalist in City for sure. Oh yeah, 100%. I remember when I, like, first found out about him, I was just, like, constantly like, it's a book. It's a plant. And, the first time I went out west to meet Jimmy's family, we played this one game. It's called Dice Throne. It's basically like Yahtzee, but, like, it's like Yahtzee and, like, Magic the Gathering mixed together, basically. But, like, Jimmy's brother, Jacob, he was playing as, like, a treant? I don't know how to pronounce it. A tree person. And the little, like, tokens have, like, a plant on it. So I was just like, it's a plant. And he was like, what are you guys quoting? So I had to pull up the video of Apollo. You should be able to post links. I usually, my, like, chat rule is to ask before posting links, but you should be able to just, like, post it. I don't think there's any... I might be wrong. But I don't think there's, like, anything in place preventing somebody from posting links. It's a tumbler with a metal interior. Jimmy, so, like, I've been wanting to bring a different water bottle to work because this travel mug that I'm using from Jimmy... So my travel mug, it was, like, airtight. Once you closed it, it was closed and it wouldn't leak. But because the lid shattered, I can't use it now, obviously. But the lid on Jimmy's tumbler mug is not, like, leak-proof. So if, like, I can close it, but if I turn it on its side, it'll start leaking, which really sucks. But I've been, like, bugging him to look for the lid, because he has, like, a metal tumbler bottle as well. And it's got, like, a cute anime girl on it and, like, a Halo sticker on it. And I don't know where the fuck the lid went. The last place I saw it was in our dish pit, and then it's gone now. But I want to bring that one to work instead, because I don't want the water to leak in my bag. Because it reminds me of, like, when you're a kid in school, and then somebody's like, yo, dude, like, your backpack is leaking, and then your heart drops into your stomach, because you're like, god damn it, like, all my shit's gonna be fucking soaked now. But, It's like one of those moments for me of fear. Fair, because links can go to malicious places, so I totally understand. It's not even just that, but like also sometimes people will like, I haven't had this happen in a while now, but there was a period of time where people would come into my stream and they would like be like, oh, do you want me to make you like an overlay and stuff? And I'm like, actively drawing, and I'm like, no. Like, you can see that I'm, like, actively drawing. Why would you ask somebody that you can visibly see is an artist and ask them if they want art for their channel? Like, no, I don't. So for a while I had people, like, soliciting their commissions in my chat, so I put that in there because I don't want randoms being like, do you want me to draw your character? Do you want me to draw you an overlay? Like, no, I fucking don't. Because 90% of those people were scammers anyways, because they were either stolen art or AI-generated slop. And, yeah, like, even if it was actually their art, it's just, like, also rude to do that, in my opinion. Like, there's literally Discord servers and, like, subreddits and other communities dedicated to promoting your commissions to people that are actually actively looking for them. There's actually one point where, like, somebody came into my stream and I was like, okay, like, as somebody that does sell their art and has been selling their art for a long time, like, going about it this way is fishy as fuck. Like, even if it's actually your art, it makes you look like a scammer, because there's a bunch of people going around and scamming people doing this. So, but yeah, like, there was a period of time where people were doing that, so I made that a stream thing because of that. Also, some people would just be like, yo, like, I'm streaming, come and watch my stream, haha, and I'm like, okay, like, that's nice. Stop trying to, like, promote your own stream or your friend's stream and somebody else's stream. Like, that's really fucked up, in my opinion, but whatever. What's up, Name? How you doing? Welcome, welcome. I hope you're having a great time zone. Name, what do you prefer drinking water out of? What material do you prefer drinking water out of? Raffle, what even? No, literally. I'm gonna do that auto. I'm playing the long game. Oh boy. Yeah, I get it. I hate people that make slop tent. I love that. Advertising with another stream is shitty. Exactly. Like, it's one thing if, like, you know the person that is streaming, and B, like, have already, like, previously discussed it. But I literally, like, don't know that they're, like, first-time chatters, like, hey guys, I'm doing logo commissions, please and it's like, get the fuck out of my stream. Like, what are you doing? A freak. And it's funny to me, because, like, I don't have that many viewers to begin with. I'm very thankful for the few viewers that I do have, but I find it funny when people, like, come into my stream and they're like, come and watch my stream, and it's like the same 3 people that come to my streams. And I'm like, buddy, you're really, like, that's, I don't know, like, if you would think that, like, if you're gonna go into somebody else's stream and, like, advertise your shit, you would choose somebody with, like, a lot more viewers, you know what I mean? But, like, either way, still a dickhead thing to do, I fear. My water bottle is now stainless steel, but water from, like, a specific type of plastic cup is nostalgia. Like a red Solo cup? And yeah, I think everybody so far has been, like, metal. Collaboration is one thing, but barging into someone's stream to advertise yourself is such garbage behavior. Yeah, exactly. What's up, Aussie? How you doing? So, the insomnia got to you, the title. I Like, yes and no. So, like, I'm weird. I'm on, like, a fucked up sleep schedule right now. And, like, my circadian rhythm is all out of whack. I'll stay up till, like, anywhere from 4 till 6 in the morning. And then I'll sleep until, like, 1:30, 2 o'clock. And then I'll go to work from 3 until 8 p.m. if I work that day. And then when I get home, if I've been working, I'll get home and I'm really tired and I want to sleep, but then I'm like, no, I don't want to sleep right now because I know I'm only going to sleep for like maybe an hour or two before I wake up again. And I want to like have, you know, my me time, if you will. So I got home and I like chilled for like an hour and then I got really sleepy and I was like, I can't sleep right now. Because I'm just gonna end up sleeping for 12 hours and then I'll still feel tired. And then I'll have no me time and then I'll have to go to work again and I don't want to go to work sooner. Even though it's still the same amount of time, but like me sleeping means that I get less me time. I think it's like bedtime procrastination is what it's called. Bedtime revenge procrastination or whatever. They probably don't do that on bigger streams because they get banned really fast and are probably blacklisted. That's true. Ooh, certain plastic cups, though, like those commemorative branded cups that end up stacked in that one cabinet, that is an elite water vat. Wait, okay. On the topic of cups, those little teeny tiny paper cups that you get, like the cones, and then you get the water like from one of those cold water jugs. Oh, that's elite. Or like the paper cups with the fucking, you know, the design on it. The paper cones are actually, like, delicious for some reason. I don't know why. What's up, Stego? How's your time zone treating you? Also, Stego, what is your preferred, like, material to drink water out of? We're discussing, like, the tastiest water containers to drink out of. So far, metal has been, like, prevalent, but we were also just discussing... Jesus, I can't speak. We were also just discussing, like, the paper cones that you would get, say, if you were at, like, a dentist office or, like, a doctor's office or some shit. A waiting room. Any sort of, like, waiting room that's, like, kind of fancy, and then they have, like, the water jug, and then they got, like, the cone, like, the paper cones. Are you talking about the paper cups with the vaporwave design? Yes, that one. Cone paper cups, man, drinking water from those does something to my brain in such an amazing way. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what it is about, like, the cone shape. I don't know why, but, like... whatever mugs are made out of. Ceramic, maybe? Water from a paper cone tastes so much colder. You're so right. I don't know why they're so cold from the paper cone, but... Maybe it's because we associate cones with ice cream. Because, like, you can put it in an actual paper cup, but I do feel like they feel colder in a paper cone for whatever reason. Ceramic. Ceramic is also, like, peak. I feel like ceramic is more ideal for something like tea, though. If I'm drinking tea, I definitely prefer to drink out of ceramic. But for, like, cold water, or even just, like, room temperature water, I feel like metal or glass is peak. But yeah, like, the paper cones are very, very good as well. Anyone drinking water out of copper? I have some copper mugs for meals. I've never drank out of copper before. I feel like that would make it taste pretty nice, though. Maybe I'm just weird. I like the taste of copper, I fear. I love using my lead water bottle. Lead. I was waiting for someone to bring up drinking lead water. You know what's funny? You know how, like, microplastics is, like, our generation's lead and asbestos? So, I think I actually got the double whammy. I got the lead and the, microplastics, and I only recently found this out because somebody made a post, and, like, maybe this isn't 100% accurate because, like, you know, take everything you read online with a grain of salt or whatever, but they were talking about, like, old vintage plates that have lead in them. And they posted, like, a bunch of different designs, and one of the designs was the exact plates that my grandma had on my dad's side that I used to eat bran muffins off of when I was a kid. Like, I would always go to my grandma's place, and she would have, like, muffins and strudels and shit. And, I would put the bran muffin on the plate, and then I would heat it up and put butter on it. And I'm pretty sure I was ingesting lead while I was doing that. Stanley? Microplastics, like pee, is stored in the balls. So right. It smells like microplastics. Oh, do you know about the old plates / bowls that are radioactive? Yeah, I've heard of them. Let me try to find the exact plates. Plates. Okay, lead dishes. Let's try the word dishes because plates is just giving me, like, slabs. Okay, here we go. I literally looked it up and it's the first image that comes up. My grandma had this one. Butterfly gold. So I had a lot of lead. Did anybody else's grandparents have any of these plate designs? Buttered lead. I ate school pizza and got food poisoning. Disgusting. You know, I hear those lead-lined muffins and cupcakes are to die for. I haven't been that lucky yet, I fear. But yeah, did anybody else's grandparents or parents have any of these plate designs? I don't know if leadsafemama.com is, like, a reputable source, but if this is true, I was eating a lot of lead. As you can see, I forgot I wasn't using the pen tool. But my grandma had this exact one on my dad's side. And I used to eat food off of it frequently. I know that statement is absurd, I promise. I am absurd, it's okay. Look at Giblet, he's so cool. I don't know if they had them since I never paid attention to the plates. I was more about wanting to go back home every time we went out, you know, like modern day Nita is so real. Dude, every time I wake up and I have to go to my wage cage, I'm like, I don't wanna work today. And then I go to work and I'm like, I don't want to be here. I want to go home. And then I go home and I'm like, ugh. I'm debating. I have this one pin, and it's like a social battery pin. I've been considering wearing that to work, because there's some people that keep trying to talk to me, and, like, I don't want to be mean, but, like, I guess I'm technically, like, an ambivert, because if I'm around people that are more introverted than me, I'll step up and be the extrovert. But if I'm around, like, actual extroverts, oh my god, I get so drained. definitely, like, lean toward introverted. But I'm not, like, so introverted that, like, I can't order at a restaurant or whatever. I don't, I'm there to do my job and not yap. There's a couple of people at my job that I'll actually yap with. Like, I like yapping with my nurse. She's cool. She's good shit. But she's also very introverted too. So we'll just bitch about other people, low-key. So maybe that's why. But yeah. On my way to work now. Oh god. I'm sorry, Name. I hope you have a good time in your wage cage. I'm scared to talk to people. When I was out eating with my friends had to order for me because I was too nervous. That's fair. There's certain atmospheres where I'm a lot more nervous. Like, I don't really go to parties or anything, or like out clubbing or anything. There's been a few times I've went out to like a bar, like out clubbing with friends. But like I don't really talk to randoms if I'm out. Like, reverse draining your social battery. Yeah, there's certain people that I'll talk to and, like, they don't drain my social battery. But then there's certain people that I speak to for, like, 30 minutes and I'm like, I gotta leave. I gotta go. I gotta go. There's very few people I can talk to for more than a full conversation at a time. Even people who like being around are kind of draining to me. Yeah, I feel that. There's like a handful. I can count on one hand how many people I can just like talk to and not have my social battery drained. Jimmy is one of those people, thankfully. I'm insufferably extroverted, I fear. Like I said, I'm like an ambivert. If I'm around like people that are more introverted than me, like I can step up. I feel like that's just because I have like the jobs that I've had in the past were like service oriented, so if I have to, like I can manage. But it is draining. But I'm also like chill with just being quiet as well. Like I don't mind just not talking. Whereas a lot of people feel very awkward if there's silence for whatever reason. At least in, like... I don't know if I want... Like, I guess American culture as well. In Canadian culture, I feel like that's fairly common. water. Yapping on Blue Sky, good times. I feel like text-based conversation is a lot easier for me than like face-to-face. Or like even like voice chats. Yeah, I have a really hard time with face-to-face. Online through text and sometimes through voice is easier. It depends on how many people are in the voice chat. If it's, I would say like my max before I'm like, holy fuck, this is too many people, is like 4 people. Any more than that, and then I can like, I physically start taking tick damage. Yeah, I have a small community of people I talk to, good friends, followers, and the such. I also have a lot of cool followers. I'm really bad at like interacting with them though. I try. I have like a couple of friends that I follow on Twitch too, and then like my schedule is very different from theirs. So usually when they're streaming, I don't get to watch them. And then, like, sometimes they'll be streaming, and I'll just go and lurk in their channel. I'm really bad at not, like, chatting in their chat. And, like, I should make a better effort to do that, but I fear I'm fucking lazy. The most introverted thing I do is try to sit diagonal from the person I'm sitting at a table with just to not be directly across or beside. That's fair. Do you feel like that's unique to voice chat? Like, would you be cool with an engaged discussion between, say, 6 to 8 friends in real life? I don't even have 6 to 8 friends in real life. Like, I mean, I would say I still get drained, but like, it depends on like if those people are people that drain my social battery or not. Like, my siblings, I'm on pretty good terms with, and can usually, like, chill with them. And, like, not have a problem. And same thing with their partners. Like, their partners are pretty cool. So... But if I'm in a group that big, I'm definitely not somebody that's, like, chatting a lot. I am more so the person that is, like, sitting on the sidelines just, like, listening to the chatting going on. But yeah. I think the last time I was in a group of more than like 4 people that wasn't my family was when Jimmy and I were at West and we're at his high school friend's wedding. And I had to be... I was not, like, sober most of the time. I was not sober most of the time, because it was my first time meeting them in real life, and I was very nervous. Ruffled me meeting you real quick, so my ADHD could let me focus on what I was doing, only to come back, and the first thing as I wasn't sober. Yeah, I was just saying that the last time I was, being social with people other than my siblings, that was, like, more than 4 people, was when I was, when I went to a wedding. It was, Jimmy's... It was Jimmy's, like, high school friends. They got married. And, I was not sober, like, at all during that. I wasn't, like, completely fucked up, mind you. Like, I wouldn't do that, obviously. But it was my first time meeting... It was my first time in general meeting some of them. There was, like, a couple of people that I had hung out with, like, in a voice chat and, like, played games with. But, it was my first time meeting all of them in real life. Or, like, in general. And, that was tough for me, I'm not gonna lie. Not because they're, like, bad people or anything, I fear I'm very introverted and autistic. So I was drinking, and I was very stoned. Oops. Who is messaging me right now? Why are they messaging me? Oh. People are trying to summon me for Counter-Strike right now. Let's do fun stories. Last wedding I went to, I was groomsman. There was nobody more drunk than the bride. As it should be. To be honest. That wedding that I went to, with Jimmy's high school friends, the groom, for context, the groom is, like, not much of a pothead. At the time, like, I had a pretty high tolerance and like, would smoke daily pretty well. And, the groom's brother, who's one of the best men, one of the groomsmen. I don't know if he was the best man. I think he was the best man. I can't remember. I'd assume he would be. Anyways, so, we were all outside having a smoke break. I had rolled a joint. We were passing around a couple of joints and a THC vape. And the groom comes outside. And, like, keep in mind, like, we've all been drinking as well throughout the night. The groom comes out and he's like, give me that vape. And then we're all like, no, dude, like, you shouldn't. You've been drinking a lot. And he's just like, no, give me the vape. And then he took like a big fucking drag. Like, he hit a blinker. And if you're not familiar with, like, stoner terminology, when you have a THC vape, it has a little light on it. And a blinker is when you take a really big long hit until the light starts blinking. Not all disposable vapes, like, have the blinking function, but basically it just means that you're taking a really big long draw. Anyways, he takes a blinker and he immediately starts coughing, and then he turns around and fucking vomits on the ground, and then he had to go to sleep after that. It was really funny. I shouldn't laugh, but it was really funny. Alright, let me read the rest of your story. She had to leave the dinner reception for like an hour and a half because she was wasted. I was sitting across from the bride and the groom, and they were just straight up gone for the entire dinner service. When they got back, she was served Chick-fil-A chicken mac and cheese. That's based, honestly. I love that. But yeah, like, if you're getting married, like, the two people that should be the drunkest are the bride and groom. 100%. Sorry, I stepped away for a second in case you had a follow-up comment or question. No, I just said that it's a funny story. And that, like, if you're a bride or a groom on your wedding day, you should be the drunkest people. Oh no, one of the people are asking me about my characters now, so I have to explain to him about my characters. Totally not me gushing over my Star Wars OC crewy to someone else who has an OC of the same race. Hell yeah. left the new Jedi Order post-Empire due to differences of opinion on how they were handling things. They wanted to keep the old order of things going. And now she basically is an intergalactic bounty hunter for hire that lives with her adopted younger sister. That's cool. I don't know anything about Star Wars, so I'm just gonna say that's cool. She's not a part of any Star Wars AU lore. She's a part of a more universal story. Otter knows a bit about her because I tend to yap about her a lot. Bleachy is fucking cool. Deleegee's also very fun to draw. The one time I drew her, I was like, I see. I understand it now. There's certain characters that are just, like, really fun to draw. Well, some dude was trying to evade capture by another bounty hunter and happened upon her and her twin sister. Cressa's the older sister that is now dead. R.A.P. Cressa. She didn't get him, but her aunt Samus, yes, Samus Aran, got him and took the lightsaber as a prize and learned to use it. Fuck yeah, Samus Aran. When she passed away, she gave her lightsaber to Krui. Krui already had a lightsaber of her own that she constructed. Fuck yeah. Oops. Oh, golly. Her blade is blue, Cressa's is yellow, and she only pulls it out for dual lightsaber combat. When she's completely focused on a fight, she knows she might lose otherwise. That's fair. So as far as Bounty Hunter is concerned, how'd they get the saber? That sounds like an interesting blended verse. No, Samus was there taking the girls out for fun. Stu's gonna kill anyone in his way. Samus gets involved, kills him. Cressa takes the saber, learns to use it, passes on to Karui. Okay. What's up, Aki? No one knows how he acquired the lightsaber, but he had it before. But he had it and could kind of use it. It was a weapon to him, and he was gonna make use of it. Uh... The other bounty hunter never showed up. This is original story with fandom elements from other media that I like. Fair enough. I don't mind doing AUs of already established stories and universes, but I prefer my own stuff and simply adding in others from various media. That's fair. My self-insert has my own personal story, and that is greatly expanded. Hell yeah. Isekai is a drug. Real. My allure for my persona is that she is in my OC world, but she's like a god. And she created my current OC world because she was bored. I've done god level OCs before that still have vulnerabilities. I was about to say that's kind of the plot of, but that would be a crazier spoiler. I mean, spoil it if you want. I don't give a fuck. But yeah, like unless if it's like a game that I'm currently playing, in which case don't spoil that, but I should have made these larger. This is gonna be a VOD. I'm not spoiling a dang thing. Okay. I mean, I could just be like, I could just be like, spoiler alert! And then they can just skip, like, a minute later. But, cause, like, the chat is only there for, like, I don't know, a couple days, I think. But yeah, I am stinky. Let me put it this way, people should watch Date Alive? Data Live? Data Live? I don't know. Smash Bros. New Challenger style alert of spoiler alert. New Challenger, it's a Persona character. What am I doing with my life? I need art of 𝚁𝚽𝚽. Art. When was the last time I drew 𝚁𝚽𝚽? What the fuck? 2023? No. Even older. Wow. 2022? No. 2021? 2021 was the last time I drew him. Wow. Nine minutes away from Fuka Friday in my time zone? What the fuck is Fuka Friday? What the flip? I do not need stabilization, please. Thank you. Oh, right. Persona. Right. Oh my god, everybody wants me to play fucking Counter-Strike, bro. I'm trying to be productive! Stop! Man, glad that post I made about that dude crashing out about no engagement and that little guide on how to grow and blue skies getting attention. I didn't think it would catch this many eyes, and yet, bro, it's always the, like, things that you think aren't gonna get attention that somehow blow up. Literally, my most viewed TikTok of all time is a video that I put no effort into, and it's a video of me simping over the new Omen Valorant model. When it came out, when they updated his model. It's my most viewed video ever. Like, not even just like my TikTok videos, it's my most viewed video ever. It's got like 18k likes and like many more views. It's actually disgusting. And I literally, it's not even a good quality video. It's a video of like my phone, and I was like taking a video of my computer screen from my phone, and I fucking... Oh my god, I was just like... I literally, like, didn't think about it. I was just like, oh my god, he's so hot. And then I posted it, and then I went to sleep, and then the next day I woke up, and it had, like, thousands of likes and comments, and I was like, what the fuck happened? Holy shit. Jesus, that's nice. Also, thanks. I just thought that dude's crash out was wild considering he did nothing to try and get the attention he was seeking. Algorithm brain. I just, like... That's what I mean. Like, I don't understand... My whole thing is, like, I don't understand people that only care about that. Because, like, I understand, like, wanting, especially as, like, somebody that's, like, an artist. I can, or, like, not even just, like, specifically an artist, but, like, somebody that, like, creates something. I can understand wanting a bit more engagement. But, like, I also know how algorithms work. And I know what draws people to interact with your stuff. And a lot of it is definitely community building. Like, yeah, you can't just, like, post shit and ignore people and, like, expect to suddenly have, like, followers fall into your lap. Like, the only time that happens is if you're, like, insanely talented, and even then, like, right off the rip. Right off the rip, it's like you gotta... You do have to, like, do some community building. Or you have to be, like, insanely lucky. Like, yeah, I get it. You want people to see your work, and it can get frustrating, but he didn't reach out to people. He didn't cultivate a following of any kind. He just hoped to get views for posting. Yeah, that's not gonna happen, I fear. Again, you have to either be, like, insanely, like, so talented that, like, your art speaks for itself, or your content, or whatever you're creating speaks for itself, or you have to be incredibly lucky, which is very, very difficult to do. Especially, like, nowadays. Like, I would say maybe back in, like, I don't know, 2005, you might be able to get away with just posting stuff. But, like, nowadays, because it's, like, so saturated online, you're competing with a lot of things. And then it's even harder now because of AI slop. Because, unfortunately, most people don't care about the process. They just care about the end result, and sadly, a lot of people are okay with just, whoa, pretty slop, oh, retweet. They don't care, like, how many hours were put into it or whatever. They don't notice the small details. They just see something that it makes their neurons activate, basically, and, like, that's it. So, that's also, like, a big part of it, unfortunately. Oh, this is good. TikTok unsubbed me from your account. Lots of interesting activity in the past couple of days from the admins resubbed. I don't really post to my TikTok anymore. I should post to my TikTok more, but, like, I'm lazy and I don't want to edit shorts. But I've been thinking about posting some of my art when I finish it there. Even though it might get me bullied. But, like, I don't care. I'll just delete mean comments. The funny part is that I did not mention that he was basically insulting anyone that viewed his posts. And in the same breath saying he worked harder than anyone else on the platform. Yeah, people... Like, you can't just insult people, I fear. Press X to doubt. Hi, Zamy. How are you? Welcome to the stream. I hope you're having a great time zone. Let me put the... Since you are new to the stream, here are my chat rules. They're also down below in the description if this is hard to read. But these are the rules. And, yeah. Other than that, I hope you're having a great time zone. And welcome. But yeah, some people are very, entitled, maybe is the word to use. Be back. Alright. Back then, there was a different mindset, and people put in more work to find people they wanted to follow because that was the only way. But now algorithms feed you content and have taken away that sense of community building. Yeah, like a lot of the like the earlier stuff was very much just like, at least for me, a lot of the like places that I was on was very much like, ah, yes, here is this. I might just make this a gradient. I'm fine. How's your day? It was pretty good. I worked today. I got a blanket from my union instead of a raise. So that is something that happened. Yeah. And thank you for the compliment on my art. I don't know if I said thank you yet, but thank you. Y'all are so good at having wholesome conversations. Sometimes the conversations are evil. It's not always wholesome here. I fear I can be a hater sometimes. But I try to be nice. But sometimes I get angry about things, and then I'm like, moo. I love how that new one of 𝚁𝚄𝙻𝴴𝙳𝙀. I don't know how to pronounce that name, but that is my attempt. Well, you're not alone. Yeah. Oh, fuck. I put this on the wrong layer, Kronk! Hang on. I am a fool. I should just do this right now. There we go. Yes, you got it right. 𝚁𝚄𝙻𝴴𝙳𝙀. Aura? Ura? Aura? 𝚁𝚄𝙻𝴴𝙳𝙀. Or just love struck senses. Oh, okay. That's how I know her as. Lots of love from Pakistan. Hell yeah. It's always, I find it neat how, like, far my reach is on YouTube compared to Twitch. Like, I feel like most of the viewers that I get on Twitch are from Europe or North America, maybe sometimes South America. But I find on YouTube I get people from, like, literally anywhere. Like, there's a lot more diversity. Oh, I need to color more. Should I make this a gradient? What if I... YouTube is a very underrated streaming platform. Yeah, I agree. I think the only thing that I don't like about it is, God forbid I want to listen to some... what's it called? Copyrighted, music. Or if I want to watch a show. Because, like, technically on Twitch, you're not supposed to listen, especially if you're an affiliate or anything. But the worst thing that happens on Twitch is that they'll mute your VOD. But they're not gonna shut down your stream mid-stream if you listen to... if you listen to copyright music. But with YouTube, they'll literally shut your stream down, and then they'll be like, "Here, you're banned from streaming for a little bit. Also, take this multiple choice questionnaire if you wanna stream again." But like on Picardo and Twitch, it doesn't really it doesn't matter. They'll just mute your VOD. Except, Picardo doesn't even have a VOD function, unless if you have premium, which I don't, because I don't want to pay for things. And even if I wanted to pay for things, I can't right now, because I'm poor. I understand what you mean, lol. While I don't like what they are doing behind the scenes, they are helping streamers branch out more with audiences. I do find that, my shorts also do a lot better on YouTube compared to TikTok. Like, even if I don't post regularly to YouTube Shorts, I find that my engagement is a lot better and I'm more likely to actually get engagement, like actual engagement with my content. YouTube has definitely demonstrated that it's more reliable than Twitch in terms of not banning people for having opinions that Trump doesn't like, yeah. I really despise YouTube's AI moderation. Should I tell you guys for what reason I do? Yeah, go for it. YouTube's AI moderation literally thought my parrot is a freaking minor and then restricted my live streaming for over 20 days. I was tired, so I just sent an email and in the end... Oh my god. That's... Wow. It's wild to me that there are, like, multi-billion-dollar companies using AI moderation instead of just paying an actual moderation team to do things. What kind of parrot do you have, by the way? You can probably hear my parakeets flying around and squeaking a lot. I have 2 budgies. Ruffle YouTube being their usual garbage. Also, AI, we're gonna rule the world. Yeah. Also, yeah, anything to save money, every penny counts to them. Every workplace is like that as well. Actually, I got it, so my manager pulled me aside today, and she was like, yeah, we're, like, really in debt, and, like, we're gonna have to start cutting certain drinks and stuff, and, like, I can't do anything about it, and, like, if it keeps like, if it keeps being this bad, then we're gonna have to cut hours, and, like, I don't want to cut hours. And then I was like, sick. So, like, I could get my hours cut, which I really don't need my hours cut even more. And I was also like, well, I don't even know how they're gonna cut hours because we're already understaffed, so, like, that means that they're gonna want people to be understaffed. And she was like, yeah, I know. It's ridiculous. AI is about to crash so hard it's gonna be the end of financialized economy. Lol, I laugh, because otherwise I will throw myself off the roof. That's so real. I really hope the AI bubble pops sooner rather than later. I'm sick of hearing, like, news articles about, like, yeah, this person literally killed themselves because ChatGPT told them to, or, like, they committed this horrific crime because ChatGPT doesn't understand what intent is. Or just the fact that, like, the literacy rate is falling even more because people are unable to... Like, the literacy rate was already bad before generative AI, but, like, it's even worse now because people are like, well, why do I have to learn anything when AI can just do it for me? Like, there's people literally asking AI, like, hey, like, what should I get for groceries? Like, what do you mean you're asking AI to make a grocery list for you and make decisions for you? Like, that's fucking wild to me. I don't understand that. Alexander can talk, and I mean a lot. What kind of parrot is Alexander? Are they like an African grey? Or perhaps a cockatoo? Oh, but 𝚂𝚃𝚁𝚂 is now showing signs of sentience, don't you know? Trust. I saw a man flirting with ChatGPT in a bus, so ripped to the future relationships. Oh my god. It's a green one. Oh, like a macaw? Or an eclectus parrot, perchance? There's so many different kinds of parrots. Oh, I forgot to do this. That is not the one that I want. What is going- Oh, I see. Lonely people becoming even louder, lonelier because they're flirting with a clanker. They're selling you commercialized loneliness and making a killing off of it. Yeah, I have heard people, like... I've had people be like, oh, I'm addicted to character AI, and I'm like, back in my day, we just fucking roleplayed with people online. Roleplaying is how I met some of my, like, good internet friends that I had for, like, a long-ass time. I kind of miss roleplaying a little bit. But, I fear my standards are pretty high. Shit, I roleplay with myself if I gotta, which is probably for the best. It's probably... I mean, I basically roleplay with myself when I'm writing for my comic, because I write in, like, a script format, so it's... It's all... This needs to be erased. But yeah, like my writing style, I write in a script format because, like, I intend to make it into a comic, and in my head, like, there's no reason for me to, like, write it as if it's gonna be a novel if I'm just gonna draw it. I just need to write enough where I can see what my idea was. AI girlfriends is a totally different world. One woman literally packed her bags and left this man early after she found out he cheated on her with an AI. I think she should have made the man understand she is with him and he's not lonely instead of leaving him like that. I fear a lot of men are very dumb. No offense to the men that are in my chat, you guys are chill, but I fear the general male populace is pretty fucking stupid. And the thing is, like, part of the reason why a lot of people are opting for, like, AI partners is because they're very agreeable. They don't talk back, they don't disagree with you, so it's a lot easier to deal with an AI than it is to deal with, you know, actually fucking people. People are losing their creativity because Gen AI has fed them this narrative that the best way to create original characters is to use their Gen AI slop tools. I saw somebody be like, ChatGPT, make me an original blue hedgehog video game character. A unique and original one. And then, like, it literally just made, like, a recolor of Sonic. And then somebody was like, well, like, you just have to prompt it more, see? And it's like, yeah, but, like, you shouldn't have to prompt it more. Like, a unique blue hedgehog character is already enough. Like, I could come up with a unique blue hedgehog video game character without making it look like Sonic. I don't need extra prompting for that. I've seen articles quoting Ivy League admissions staff saying that today's applicants can't do basic calculus. It's hard to overstate how apocalyptic things have become. Calculus is like algebra, right? Yep, you're right. No, I'm very dumb. Please ignore my degrees. Yeah, no, I agree with you. A lot of us guys are generally really stupid. And I hate to say that. Like, I generally don't like to generalize, but I fear, like, a majority of the men that I talk to are very, like, lizard-brained, is, like, the best way to put it. They're just like, flashy light, jingle, jingle, jingle. Like, that's literally, like... And this is probably because I play Counter-Strike, but, like, I fear I come across a lot of people like that. They be out there marrying their favorite character that ChatGPT generated. What about fake AI artists? I fucking hate them. I don't even like when people that have the skill to draw use it in any sort of, like, process of their art, personally. Like, you already have the skills, why are you, like, trying to offload it? It just, to me, it doesn't make sense, because for me, personally, like, I enjoy the process of art. Doesn't help that we've been conditioned to believe we need this ideal partner or else we're shit, so the AI girlfriend is the best option for these men to have their ideal partner. That's what I mean, like, I understand that, like, at the end of the day, a lot of these people are victims to a degree. But there's also, like, it also gets to a point where it's like, okay, like, at what point is it no longer just like, oh, you got fucked over by, like, conditioning and, like, at what point is it like, okay, like, you should take a little bit of responsibility here, you know what I mean? And, like, I'll make like a comparison, and I know this is not, like, the same thing, but, like, it's the same thing with, like, oh yeah, like, I'm, like, sexist, for example, but, like, society told me to be sexist, and it's like, yeah, society does tell people to be sexist, you're correct, but at a certain point, it's like, okay, you're like, an adult, and you didn't once question, like, maybe this isn't, like, a good thing. I don't know. It's just... I don't know. Some literally steal others' art and request the AI to enhance and claim it's theirs. Oh my god, yeah. I fucking hate that shit. It's actually so disgusting. Yeah, real artists are now starting to go into Gen AI to have a greater output, and it's become a huge problem. I was anti-AI before, but now this thing is letting me create a lot of new art, so Gen AI is actually kind of cool. Yeah, I fucking hate it. It makes me really sad. I'm so tired, Otter. Make it stop. Oh my god, I wish I could. If I could snap my fingers and AI, like generative AI, I'm specifying generative AI because there's a lot of people that don't know the difference between, like, generative AI and, like, video game AI, for example. They're like, it's all the same, and it's like, actually, it's fucking not, but whatever. So I specify generative AI. If I could snap my fingers and make generative AI go away, I fucking would. 100%. I hate how they normalized having AI stuffed toys as friends for toddlers. It's literally replacing real friendship. That's what, like... People... Yeah. Like, I don't have kids, so maybe my opinion doesn't matter. But it was already a problem when people were just, like... When parents were just giving their kids fucking iPads to literally just shut them up and appease them. But, like... Now they're like, yeah, like, here, kiddo, like, talk to 𝚁𝚃𝚃, like, fucking sick. Like, why don't you hit up one of the neighborhood moms or dads or whatever, parents? Why don't you hit them up and make a fucking playdate? Oh wait, that requires you to be social. And I say this as, like, somebody that's introverted. I hate it. Personal responsibility is no longer something people want to do. This is true. Agreed, at some point you have to hope that there's something close to a moral reaction that happens. Yeah. I don't know. Like, it's, like, you can get away so long with being like, oh, like, I was conditioned, and oh, like, I was a kid, and like, oh, this and that, and like, you can get away with that for so long, but like, when you're an adult and you're living by yourself, and like, you're still acting in a way and saying shit like that, it's like, okay, like... Maybe I should make the webbing a different color. I think I'll make the webbing a different color between the peats. Between the toesies. But yeah, it's just, it's very frustrating. I try not to, like, think about it too much, because I will spiral, and I will actually just have a full-on mental breakdown. So I try to focus on positive things, but, sometimes it's hard to avoid, the negative things, I fear. But I try to stay informed enough where, like, I'm vaguely aware of things, but not informed to the point where I'm, like, having heart palpitations about it. I fear I may be emotionally sensitive to a lot of things. And I get frustrated very easily when I can, because, like, my thing is, like, I can, and this isn't me trying to be like, I'm so fucking smart, but, like, when I see something or I hear something, my immediate reaction is to think of every angle, like, oh, like, this could be great for this, and this, but it could also have this this, and this as, like, a negative effect. So, again, like, I try really hard to, you know, not spiral, but I am human. And a lot of people are like, well, you just shouldn't care about that stuff, and it's like, I would love to have the privilege of not caring about that, but I fear I have empathy, and while certain issues may not directly affect me, it will affect my friends and other people that I care about. And my ideology at the end of the day is I want everybody to have a peaceful life where they are able to pursue their passions. And I want people to not be homeless and, like, struggle and suffer unnecessarily, basically. Because, like, as somebody that was born into poverty and, like, has been homeless before, it's not fun. And, like, I wouldn't want anybody to go through with that. Like, I wouldn't want anybody to have to suffer with that. Except for, like, pedophiles and rapists. Those guys can get fucked. But, like, the normal people that are well-adjusted, and, like, even the not-so-well-adjusted people that are, like, salvageable, I would like it if people were nicer. Like, I was treated like garbage as a kid, and even as a young adult, I don't need to be doing that to others or allowing myself to fall. I'd rather be better than the things that cause me trauma. Exactly. I know everyone can do that fine, but don't use it as an excuse. I was mistreated as a kid. Have you considered therapy? No, literally, like, I think everybody would benefit from therapy, but a lot of people are still in the mindset of, I don't need therapy. Therapy bad. Mental health not real. And I think that therapy should be, like, readily available for anybody for free, honestly. Because that shit's expensive. Not to say that therapists shouldn't get paid and, like, have their, you know, needs met and whatnot, but, people need fucking therapy, just, like, en masse. There's a lot of, trauma, which is gonna vary greatly depending on everybody's, like, personal experience. Is this the same color? No, it's not. You respond emotionally to stimuli that demonstrates inequities and abuse of the system. Sounds kind of KTBH. No, literally. That's pretty gated. I need... Oopsies. Government-funded therapy. Oh wait, that's too socialist, right? Shit. The government should be funding a lot of stuff instead of, like, wars and shit. Like, imagine, and I'm gonna use the States as an example because we all, like, I'm fairly certain that it's, like, a well-known fact that the military spending for the United States is, like, a fucking ridiculously high amount. But, like, imagine if America spent even, like, half of their military budget on, like, housing and, like, social services. I feel like that would improve so many people's lives. And the thing is, it benefits everybody, too. It literally benefits everybody. I was yapping about this, but, like, so, like, I work at a retirement home, and I was getting kind of upset with, like, how certain things are being conducted there. Because I feel like like funding for like retirement homes like shouldn't even be like an issue. That should just be something that our taxes go towards, because you're either gonna become disabled enough to live in assisted living, or you're gonna live long enough to be put into assisted living. And like, you shouldn't have to pay to be there. You shouldn't have to pay to get the care that you need. I think it's ridiculous. I'm sorry to hear that. Hope you're doing much better. Real otter left his hours. Who up? Oh yeah. I don't let it define me. It is what it is, but I don't control me, and I improve as I go. Literally, like, all you can do is try to be better than you were yesterday. Like, it's okay to, like... okay. Maybe this is, like, too woke of a take, but... It's okay to... It's okay, and like this is, I don't want people to take this out of context. It's okay to admit that you are maybe not a good person, but you A, have to admit that it's a problem, and B, you need to like work on fixing that. Otter says it's okay for me to be a bad person, so I am going to go and commit hate crime now. But yeah, like, you know, everybody's got trauma. But you need to, like, work on that and, like, not let it make you into a shitty person. You gotta try to, like, break that cycle of trauma. And I know it sucks, because it's like, well, I didn't choose to be traumatized, but, like, I don't know. I don't understand the people that are like, I am going to spread, I'm gonna spread my evilness. Like, I get it, but it's obviously bad. Dude, like, if military spending were cut just in half, we'd be able to house and feed all of the poor in this country easily with lots to spare, but that's too woke. I'm glad I'm not Gen Alpha. Oh my god, yeah. I feel bad for younger generations. I feel like my generation, and, like, maybe this is just because I grew up in poverty, but, like, I feel like my because I'm, like, elder Gen Z. I'm, like, on the cusp of, like, millennial and Gen Z. But, I feel like my generation was, like, the last generation to have a good balance of, like, cool online tools and stuff that are helpful, but, like, don't just completely outsource your thinking. And, like, being offline and touching grass. Because I feel like now everybody's just, like, chronically online. And I say this as somebody that grew up as chronically online, like, it's just not a good thing. And I feel like most people would benefit from not being chronically online. Not me kicking my feet, listen to auto rent about public services needing greater support. No, because, like, it literally helps everybody. Poor Gen Alpha has gotten the raw end of the deal, almost like us older millennials. I feel really bad for Gen Alpha. I do kind of feel like Gen Alpha is cooked based on these on-street interviews that I've seen. No, literally, like, they honestly got fucked over really bad. And, like, I can't even really blame them. I will, however, blame the parents for not stepping in, because a lot of the parents are just very much lazy. And not stepping in where they should be. And, like, I get it, parenting is hard. But also, like, don't fucking have a kid if you're not prepared to deal with this shit and, like, step in when need be. That's, like, a big reason why I will never have kids, is because I recognize the fact that I would never, ever be mentally, physically, or, like, financially ready to raise a child in a way that I would see fit. Plus, the world is, like, fucked up. And I don't think it would be fair to bring a child into this world when it's probably gonna... We're probably gonna... This is kind of fucked up to say, but I feel like we're probably gonna get blown to smithereens. Someone's gonna fucking... I'm not gonna name names, but I feel like somebody's gonna launch a fucking nuke, and then everyone else is gonna launch nukes, and then we're just gonna fucking blow our world up. But yeah, like... I don't know. I don't want to bring a child into this world when they wouldn't get the support that they need. Especially because, like, I have a lot of my own mental shit, and, like, so does Jimmy. And, like, I don't want to subject a child to that, especially when I wouldn't be able to provide the necessary, like, treatments to help them cope with life in, like, a more healthy manner. I'm gonna erase these. I'd rather watch 5-minute crafts than getting instant dopamine high from braiding around TikTok/YouTube Reels. I am guilty of enjoying TikTok, but I recently set a... I recognized that it was a problem because I was like, wow, I'm spending like 5 hours or more just like doom scrolling. I need to change that. So I set a timer on TikTok. I gave myself 2 hours of TikTok time a day. Because I do like it for unwinding, but I definitely, if I'm gonna be, like, unwinding, I would rather watch anime or play a game or do literally anything else, because at least it's more intellectual, not necessarily intellectually engaging, but, like, it uses my brain more than just, like, Although I will say, a lot of the things that I've learned about in terms of, like, just, like, a lot of shit. I've definitely learned a lot of shit from, like, coming across, long-form content on TikTok. I don't do YouTube Shorts, though. 4th graders don't know how to spell. Yeah. Ugh, 5-minute crafts make it go away. Gentle parenting. They think speaking loud is child abuse. Slapping them for doing wrong is child abuse. I would say slapping them is definitely, like, child abuse. I would say a lot of people, mix up gentle parenting with permissive parenting. Permissive parenting is a big problem. Gentle parenting, when done correctly, is not an issue. But, like I said, people confuse the two a lot and conflate them. But there's been, like, multiple studies done that, and, like, peer-reviewed studies, mind you, that have shown that, oh shit. That, oh god, I have to fix this. There's been studies that have shown that, like, hitting your kid is not good, like, whatsoever. Also, like, which mothers were raising these insanely misogynistic boys? Like, I don't forgive the fathers either, but it's so mystifying. It's a lot of women that have internalized misogyny that they haven't worked through yet. And then there's also, like, a lot of emotional incest going on. Strict parenting is better than gentle parenting, in my opinion. Strict parenting's got its own fucking problems. Like, I was raised with, like, very strict parenting, and sometimes I'm like, yeah, I'm a little, like, I'm, like, happy that I was raised that the way I was, but I also have a lot of trauma from it as well that I had to spend years unlearning. And there's still, like, certain things from that that I am recovering from, unfortunately. Like, I have lifelong anxiety because of strict parenting and a lot of trust issues. Moms be like, oh, Macy, here's your 8th tablet because you broke the 7th one. Also, the mom saying, I don't know why she's turning a zombie. Why don't you go to your kid and take that damn tablet away? Yeah, like, that's permissive parenting. So that is, like, that's not gentle parenting. Gentle parenting would be like, okay, you broke the iPad. You're not getting another one. Because you fucked up. So that's what I mean. Like, that is like a prime example. Oh, that's why. That's a prime example of permissive parenting and not gentle parenting. This is what I mean by the two being confused for each other. And I understand why people confuse the two, and it's because the people that do permissive parenting are like, oh, hashtag gentle parenting, and like their content, which in my opinion, I think it's fucking... I just disagree entirely with parents posting like videos and photos of their children publicly to begin with. It's one thing if it's between like family members and stuff, but when you're just like posting it for everybody to see, I don't think that's right, in my opinion. Children should also have the option for like online privacy. But people are very algorithm brained, I fear. Phonics is the best way to learn English. Teachers are out there saying, oh, what about the guessing words method? They think it's better, but I think otherwise. Phonics, yeah, has, like, is very helpful. Because, like, learning phonics is definitely how you make, like, an educated guess on how a word should sound. Total agree. Corporeal punishment is never the answer. Yeah, can confirm. I was hit as a kid and it didn't make me better. It just made me fearful. My mother, however, knew how to get us in line with laying a finger on us. A true parent. Yeah. Some kids are built for strictness while others are for gentleness. I am a victim not once, not twice, but thrice, so I know how it feels to get neglected and traumatized. Yeah, like, I will agree that there are kids that definitely deserve a bit of tough love, but I would say that hitting your child is too far. And it doesn't really matter, like, how bad the kid is. Because the thing is, when you hit your kid, you're teaching them that hitting people is okay. Is an okay response as an adult. And I think that the adults that are hitting their kids are not very well adjusted people. Even if, like, other than those times, they're, like, quote-unquote, like, normal and nice people, I still think it's, I still don't think it's very good. There's a lot, again, like, there's a lot of trauma that you'll get from being hit by your parents. Or grandparents, or guardian, however you want to word it. Whoever raised you, kind of thing. I definitely, like, I wasn't, like, beat as a kid by any means. I was... Like, I wasn't, like, beaten, like, bloodied or anything. Like, there's definitely people that were really, really beaten. But, like, you know, I got spanked as a kid. I got the belt to the ass a couple of times. But even that was still just, like, wholly unnecessary. Because, like, the shit that I was doing to warrant that was, like, not... Like, when I think about it, like, if I was an adult in that situation, like, I would never hit a child. Like, no matter how angry I am and, like, how stressed I am, I would never want to hit a child. Because, like, at the end of the day, like, you have to keep in mind, like, kids are learning to be humans. They learn emotional regulation through their parents, and if their parents are like freaking out and hitting them, then that just tells the kids that it's okay to freak out and hit people whenever they lose their temper, which is not something that well-adjusted adults would be doing. So and like, I think there's a difference between being strict and like hitting your kids as well. I do think that I also think that there's a difference between like consequence-based parenting and like strict parenting as well. Like, strict parenting, to me, when I think of strict parenting, I think of like helicopter parents that sit there and like basically bubble wrap their kids and prevent them from experiencing anything in the world because they want them to be perfect little people. But then they get out in the world as an adult and then they don't know how to function because they were never given the chance to be in those social situations to begin with because their parents were too strict. But like, and like, this isn't me saying like, yeah, like, you should buy your kids like 8 iPads because they broke. Like, no, that's obviously a problem. But like, say if I had a kid and they like freaked out and like, you know, they broke their tablet, I would be like, well, you don't have a tablet now, like, you broke it. And if the kid is screaming and having a temper tantrum, that's fine. I'll be like, okay, like, that's, like, I understand you're upset, but like, you did this to yourself, so you don't get an iPad. And then like, if they, you know, I'll try to like help them emotionally regulate and be like, okay, like, take a deep breath. Like, sucks to suck, but like, yeah, you did do this to yourself, buddy. So I would do that kind of shit. And then like, maybe if they learned better emotional regulation and they show that they are responsible enough to get another iPad, then maybe if they're well behaved, they would get another one, but that's a big maybe. There's a lot of different variables there. Otter sees one pixel that needs to be taken care of and focuses on that. Oh, that's me. Dude, this is why I draw so slow. It's literally shit that people, like, nobody else is gonna fucking notice that. Maybe, like, a small handful of people will notice that. But a majority of people aren't gonna notice that. But I notice it and I'm like, I must fix. Must paint. Clean. Oh, my brain will home in on that kind of stuff. I hate it. Me too. One thing that helps me, like, not do that is, looking at other people's art that I really like. So, for example, if you look at the 𝚁𝚀 100 manga, the art style is, like, a lot of people think it's ugly, first of all. Second of all, the anatomy's fucking wonky because the guy that wrote it and drew it was, like, not a professional artist. But at the end of the day, I still understand what he's trying to convey. Wait, it's a he, right? Hang on. 𝚁𝚀, I'm pretty sure it's a he. 100. Author. Written by. Yes, okay. Yeah, so the guy that wrote 𝚁𝚀 100 and drew it, he was not, you know, he's not like a professional artist by any means, but his art is good enough to convey what is happening and what he's trying to, like, convey. That or like Dorohedoro, for example. The manga for that has a very rough art style, very like not quite chicken scratchy, but it's not like a super clean art style like, I don't know, Sailor Moon, for example. But like it's a very gritty art style, but it's still a very good art style. So when I look at stuff like that, and then I'm like, oh yeah, like, I enjoy these types of media, and, like, they're not completely perfect and clean, and, like... So when I look at stuff like that, and I realize, like, oh, I can still enjoy this media, even though it's not, you know, completely perfect 100%, then I'm like, oh, my content can also... I'm gonna do it again anime, you motherfucker. I'm also, it's just like, yeah, it doesn't have to be perfect. I do still find myself honing in on them because, like, I don't know, I just do. Also, on the topic of kids with tech, my older sister didn't let her kids have smartphones or tablets until they were well into their teens, like, what, 16 plus? Helped a lot. Yeah, I didn't get a cell phone until I was, like, 15, I think. And keep in mind, the cell phone that I had was not, like, a smartphone either. It was, like, I think my first cell phone was... It was either an LG Rumor with, like, the slide-out keyboard, or it was, like, a hand-me-down BlackBerry, but I didn't have data, so it didn't matter. All I had was texting. And, like, local calling. Well, the most that I did on my phone was play Brick Breaker, which was fucking awesome, by the way. Brick Breaker was sick. Played the fuck out of Brick Breaker. Dude, I didn't get my first actual Android smartphone until I was in my 30s, lol. I did have older keyboard phones, though. Hell yeah. What's up, Basket Plays? Welcome, welcome. I hope you're having a great time zone. Drawing. Oh, I should put up the rules. Here's the stream rules, the stream chat rules. They are also down in the description below if you are having trouble reading them. But, yeah, follow the rules and we'll be cool. Danger Hip Top 2 / T-Mobile Sidekick 2. That thing's pretty awesome at the time, but very niche despite T-Mobile's advertising. I wouldn't say it was a full-on smartphone. Real. You're cool of drawing. Thank you. I appreciate the compliment. Whoopsies. Oh my god, you guys know what I'm craving? I'm craving, beer battered fries right now. I haven't had that in a hot minute. But yeah, I should probably... is it this one? What's this? Oh wait, the nose is a different color. Oof. Time to draw. Might go back to an older piece from when I started taking seriously in mid-24. Hell yeah. The sidekick was elite. I had that in middle school, and I'd get stopped a dozen times a day by other kids asking me to flip the screen for them. That's me with my current phone. I have a Samsung Z Flip 3. And whenever I whip that baby out, it's not even like the newest version of this phone, but people are still like, man, that's cool. I went to the one year when we visited Jimmy's family for Christmas. We were like trying to take a family photo, and I was like, hold up, let me use my phone, because you can just like half open it, so it's basically a built-in like tripod essentially. And everybody was like, wait, that phone is sick, dude. Whose phone is that? And I was like, oh, it's mine. Oh shit, that looks fancy. It's pretty fucking cool. I'll probably upgrade to a newer version of it when my phone poopies. But like, I am trying to not be a disgusting consumer. And I'm also poor. Okay, BRB, gotta address the oven. Okay. Maybe I'll do a different color for this. I do not need the stabilization on anymore, thank you. Oops, that is not the erase. Very good. The oven is ovening, hell yeah. I might get Jimmy to put in a box of taquitos. Cause, he got some, like, chicken taquitos the other day from the store. And then I, like, ate nearly an entire box of them to myself because they were that tasty. Alright, cool. I love the talons, thank you. I like his big long tongue. He look very cool. And his eyes, I like that his eyes are like a bright ass green. I think I'm gonna call it a night though. I think that's because like the only thing that I have to do really is the like finishing touches on this, because this is gonna be a reference sheet for Giblet, so all I have to do is like add the color palette and like the little write-up and stuff, and like add some notes about the character. But yeah, I think that's good for me, and I will call it a night. I'm gonna try to go live tomorrow with some Persona 4 Golden. We'll see if work kicks my ass or not though, but I should be good. But it's gonna be a bit later, the stream. Or I might just wait the next day on Sunday. We'll see what happens, because I am going to be watching a movie with some friends tomorrow, so it'll either be like a really late stream or I will be doing the stream on Sunday. One of the two. Thanks for your time. Yeah, of course. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I appreciate you. Thanks so much for joining me, guys. I will see you next time. In the meantime, stay safe, peace, and have a great rest of your time zone. Bye!